We're going to watch Sarah do a persistence activity with her class. This one is the last persistence activity in the book, on page 252, and it relates to goal setting.
All right, so now we're at the moment in our class where we can look back at all the different goals that we had from the beginning of the semester until today, and for you to see how much you've learned this semester, okay? So what we're going to do is, you remember how at the beginning of each unit there are goals? Let's go to page 5. Start in the beginning. Okay. Remember the first unit, okay? And these are the unit goals. I'd like you to go back, just each of you individually we'll spend some time doing this, to go back at each page, each unit goal page, and choose one goal that you've learned, that you remember that you learned, okay? So, for example, going back to Unit 1, remember the goals: read a world map, introduce yourself, talk about where you're from. Tell me one goal that you have met, one of these that you now can do. Okay? Tell me one. Cualquier. No importa. Just tell me one.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, so introduce yourself. All right. So for Unit 1, what Luz would write down is Unit 1. Now I can, you can change it to myself, right?
Yes. Talk about where are you from?
Okay, all right. So Luz is going to write Unit 1, introduce myself. Sandra is going to write Unit 1, talk about where I'm from. Okay? So everyone, we're going to get out some paper and we're going to make a chart. Okay?
Students now individually complete a chart, writing one thing that they learned in each unit. After students share their charts with a partner, Sarah calls on volunteers to say some of the things they've learned during the course. Now we're going to watch the students do a team project. This is from Unit 12, page 272.
Okay, the last thing we're going to do for this unit, and actually for the whole book, this is the last piece we're going to do, is to do one of our team projects. You're working together to go over some of the things that you learned in this unit. Okay, so for our team project this time, you're going to be in groups of 4 people, okay? And each person is going to have a different job, okay? In the group, you'll have a captain. Okay. What is a captain going to do? In this situation, the captain is going to ask questions. Then we're going to have the co-captain. Co is equal, right? So co and the co-captain is going to watch the clock, watch the time.
After Sarah writes the 4 roles and their responsibilities on the board, she puts students into groups and asks them to choose their own roles.
Everybody's on 272? Yes. Yep. What's your project? What's the job? Make a poster. Here's your paper. Okay, so wait. I'll pass it around to you. But the first thing you have is 5 minutes where you're going to think about, what are you going to think about to write on the poster?
About the job.
About jobs, okay? The job title and the job skills, okay? I'll give you 5 minutes, not 10, 5 minutes to think about those ideas, and then I'll bring you the poster, and you can begin to write the poster. Okay? All right. Okay, I'm going to get everybody their paper for their group, so you can start to write your posters. Okay. Woo. Both papers, yes? Oh, sorry. Here's your paper. Okay. Ania Rosalia. Here's your paper. Okay.
The students now take the ideas they've brainstormed in their groups and begin creating their posters.
Okay, I'm going to give you some, great, and you might want to put some, with some markers too, add a little color. Okay, yeah.
And job is captain in the dentist.
Yeah.
And he is assistant the dentist.
So the assistant, is that capital?
He is, no, she is captain.
Okay.
She is assistant the dentist. Is okay.
Okay. Yeah, dental assistant.
The assistant.
Yeah, dental
Dental
assistant. Good. Okay, everyone's written a poster, and now we're going to have you present your posters to the class. And I think Sandra's ready to go first. So Sandra, why don't you come up for your group, okay? And I need a little sticky. Is that sticky? Good. Terrific. Okay, why don't you tell the class about what your group did?
In this paper, our group wrote three works: teacher, secretary, and salesperson. The skill, the teacher, she know English, she can help students. Secretary, she need answer phones, she need tape. And salesperson, the skill, use a cash register, help customers.
All right, great, thank you. Thank you, Sandra. All right. There are some activities that have several steps involved in them. So as a teacher of beginning students, I think it's very helpful to break those steps down. For example, in the team project, it's a moment for students to work independently, but I try to break down the tasks so they know what each task is step by step. For example, I break them into groups, and all we're doing at that moment is breaking into groups. We talk about the rules that each person's going to take on, and they decide on the rules. Then we open the book and look at the task on the team project page, and then I give them a time limit for the first part. In that particular unit, it was brainstorming for the first 5 minutes. So I give them a time limit. They do their brainstorming, and then when it's time for them to create the poster, I bring the poster and the markers. So I'm kind of staging each part of the sequence so that they can work independently, but they're always going in one direction and keeping a clear focus.